embolism, the important point which you must have to remember. Number one, most important risk factor for your pulmonary embolism, it is again DVT, deep vein thrombosis. And deep vein thrombosis, we already say that most common site of deep vein thrombosis, it is calf veins. So calf veins, these are the veins, or the soleal veins, these are the veins which are the most common site of the DVT. But the DVT which is going to lead to pulmonary embolism, we already discussed that it is our thigh veins. Thigh veins are which veins? Our
Femoral
popliteal.
femoral vein, our popliteal
Femoral vein
vein.
popliteal.
So,
Popliteal.
okay, so femoral popliteal vein, these are the veins or thigh veins. They are, you can say, the most common site of DVT which can lead to the patient with pulmonary embolism. Now, very important point which I want all of you to remember. Risk factors will be obesity, risk factor will be prolonged immobilization, risk factor will be pregnancy,
Pregnancy.
risk factor will be surgery, long period of surgery, especially in the region of pelvis, perineum, hip, lower limb. So all these are your risk factors. And what you must have to remember here, whenever patient arrives to you in the surgical department with pulmonary embolism, there will be sudden onset of dyspnea.
That.
Sudden onset of dyspnea, very important point. Sudden onset of dyspnea, then there will be pleuritic chest pain, pleuritic chest pain, there will be pleuritic chest pain, then there will be tachypnea.
Hematopathy.
Okay, there will be tachypnea, there will be tachycardia. Okay, so these will be the sign and symptoms of the patient with pulmonary embolism. Okay, and if the emboli, if this pulmonary embolism, it is a large emboli, which is also known as saddle embolus, please write these points, saddle embolus, it can cause sudden death to the patient, sudden death to the patient. Okay, so it will result in a sudden death to the patient. Okay, so this is a very important point. And yes, pulmonary embolism, please remember, pulmonary embolism, the screening test will be, if you want to do the screening test for the pulmonary embolism screening test, it will be D dimer.
Diamond.
Okay, it will be your D dimer. But investigation of choice, your investigation of choice, it is your multi-detector CT scan.
CT scan.
Okay, multi-detector CT scan. But gold standard, it is your pulmonary angiography. It is your pulmonary angiography. So please remember, pulmonary embolism, your screening test will be D-dimer, your investigation of choice will be multi-detector CT scan, and your gold standard will be pulmonary angiography. Okay, so these are the symptoms which you must have to remember. And on ECG, जो अभी हमें अमित बता रहा था, on ECG, there will be S1, there will be Q3 and T3. You are going to find this finding on ECG, S1, Q3, T3 abnormality on the ECG. And now very important point, that there are certain types of pulmonary embolism which you must have to know. What are these types? Number one, fat embolism. Number one, fat embolism. Number two, air embolism. Number three, amniotic fluid embolism. Okay, so see here, if there is an history of trauma, if there is a history of trauma, if there is a history of fracture of the long bones, then you must have to think of fat emboli. Okay, so if they give you a clinical scenario of patient having a long bone fractures, after long bone fractures, yes, patient can develop fat emboli, and the symptoms will be, fat emboli के symptoms क्या होंगे? The symptoms of fat emboli, it will be hypoxemia, number one. Number two, it will be neurological abnormalities. And number three, it will be petechial rashes. Okay, so this is a very important clinical correlation which you must have to know. Pulmonary embolism types, fat embolism, air embolism, amniotic fluid embolism. Air embolism, you can see in divers. ओके, डाइवर जो होते हैं ना, जो छलांग लगाते हैं पानी में, इन डाइवर यू कैन सी इट. ओके, नाइट्रोजन bubbles can you can say precipitate in the ascending divers, and they can cause also air emboli. Then you have amniotic fluid embolism. It mostly occur during labor. It mostly occur during labor or postpartum. Postpartum. So this is a very important point, please, which you must have to remember. Okay, so pulmonary embolism, अगर हम इसको सारे को summarize करेंगे, pulmonary embolism, please, what you must have to know, most important or most common risk factor, it is DVT. And DVT which is causing pulmonary embolism, it is the thigh veins. Risk factors are obesity, prolonged immobilization, pregnancy, high dose estrogen, long procedures, surgical procedures. Okay, and then investigations will be D-dimer. It is for screening. For screening, you are going to do D-dimer, investigation of choice, multi-detector CT scan, and for your gold standard, it is your pulmonary angiography. On ECG, you will find this finding S1Q3T3. And there are certain types of pulmonary embolism, fat embolism, air embolism, and there is amniotic fluid embolism. Fat embolism, it is associated with long bone fractures, trauma, and it will give you a classical triad of hypoxemia. It will give you a classical triad of hypoxemia, neurological abnormalities, and petechial rashes. Okay, and amniotic fluid embolism, it can occur after labor or postpartum. Okay, so all these are your MCQs relating to your pulmonary embolism.